I saw a video recently that said no one should teach witchcraft unless they've been properly mentored, and to be honest, there is some truth in that. But it got me thinking, what happens for people who can't find a mentor? What happens if there's no local coven nearby or no traditional practitioner? What do they do then? Mentorship is obviously incredibly valuable, but it isn't the only way that people learn. And actually, that's something I really care about here, helping you find your way into folk magic through folklore, history, and traditional sources, even if you don't have a teacher standing beside you. So here's where I would start. Read actual books, not just social media posts. Find authors who've done the research, read widely, compare sources, question what you're being told. Go to talks and lectures, online and in person. There are people sharing knowledge for very little money and sometimes even for free. Visit your local museum, look at objects people actually used, explore local history, and find out what survives from the traditions in your local area. And another great one is looking for local historical and archaeological societies. They can give us an idea of how people lived. And I have been to a witchcraft talk run by a local archaeological society, and it was absolutely brilliant. And this one is pretty obvious, but talk to other practitioners. You don't necessarily need one person to teach you everything. Sometimes you can learn more from lots of different conversations, comparing experiences, asking questions, and figuring out where your sources agree and disagree. So if you can find a mentor, amazing. But if not, you don't need one to start learning. You can simply start where you are. And sometimes the first step is just being curious enough to start looking.